Okay, everybody, how you doing? I have with me here a very special guest. A lot of you know who he is. Uh, I met David Vialpando listening to him on a podcast. He didn't know who I was. I, of course, had heard of him, but I stumbled onto one of the Tribal Gaming Protection Network podcasts, and he had some guests on there that I know. I believe George Gencott was on the one that I first saw, as well as Michael Cooley. And I was listening to this, and the podcast was really great. And I'm listening to David. He was running the podcast, and I'm saying to myself, this guy is a full bucket of knowledge in a lot of different areas. I was able to see that very quickly. So I said, "Wow, many of you know that I run a table games and surveillance conference, the American Table Games and Surveillance Conference." And I said, I was looking for a keynote speaker because I've always had great keynote speakers, and I didn't want this. This was for the 2026 conference, and I didn't want that this year, 2026, to go without a great keynote speaker. And I said, there he is. But I got one little problem. He doesn't know me from Adam, right? So I sent him an email, and it was right before G2E of 2025. And he said, yeah, well, let me think about it. And I ran into him. I made myself run into him at the G2E, and we started to talk, and he agreed to do it. And I was thrilled, and he just blew everybody away. And I saw him speak again at UNLV after the conference, and there was a mob of students. They wouldn't let him leave because I was trying to say goodbye, and I couldn't even get through the mob of students. I mean, it was like really something else, and this is not exaggeration. So, David, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Richard. Thank you. Thank you so much for the invitation, and you're overwhelmingly way too gracious.
I appreciate having you here, and everybody listening to this is going to appreciate listening to you. Now, David, let me see if I can get this in focus here. Wait a minute, I can't. I'm holding the book, but unfortunately, uh, it's not showing up very well on the screen. Okay, but we can see the book right there in the background. Fundamentals of tribal casino gaming regulation. Now, David, you gifted me that book in Oklahoma at my conference. And I remember saying something to you like, well, I'm going to definitely read it on the plane back to Las Vegas. And you'd have to go around the world in a balloon in 80 days to really finish this book and comprehend it. Yeah, it's just loaded with your knowledge base, and if you read the book cover, it talks about today you're the executive chairman of the Paula Gaming Commission, and you're also the vice chairman of the Tribal Gaming Protection Network. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you have a long history of. It says right here on the back of the book. David has extensive experience in tribal gaming regulation. Extensive, maybe an understatement. Uh, it says you earned the 2017 IMGL Gaming Regulator of the Year Award. Your leadership at various gaming commissions throughout the U.S. Special agent in charge of the California Department of Justice Bureau of Gambling Control in Bureau of Gambling Control in Southern California, overseeing the largest concentration of casinos and largest casinos in the U.S. So, this is not small stuff. So David, just one quick question: how long did it take you to write that book?
A few years to actually put pen to paper, about 2.5 years to put pen to paper. But I take absolutely no credit for the contents. Basically, I was the person that pulled together all the great work that tribal gaming regulators have done over the years and folks that I've learned from. that are no longer with us. Jan Sullivan from Camazon, Norm DeRozier, who many of the folks listening to this know. And what I thought about at the time of thinking about putting this information together and providing it to regulators, particularly new regulators of the business, is that knowledge lost by those great people that established tribal gaming regulation with the passage of IGRA. So basically, I went out and called the true subject matter experts in this industry to put into one volume things that regulators need to know, that gaming commissions need to know, that tribal gaming regulatory agencies need to know to protect their casinos and consider and continue this industry on its tremendous trend of prosperity.
And this is a compilation of decades of experience and working in different bureaus and in different commissions, and you've virtually been exposed to virtually everything in regulation, in game protection, in surveillance, and security. I know you were very involved in the investigation or the compilation of the material on the Tran organization Baccarat scam. You speak about that often, and that's something that interests me. Being an ex-cheat and now a current game protection trainer. So I was just blown away by the book. Whether it comes from, like you say, personal experience or compilation of all the people you've worked with. It really is, a great read. It's the Bible for tribal regulatory commissions, and it doesn't have to be limited to tribal. I mean, anybody in any casino, not only in the United States, can read this book and just get a tremendous amount of really valuable material. And for me personally, I mean, I'm not into regulation. I'm into game protection. But the information was so easily understandable and obviously important that I got through that whole book very quickly, and I was interested the whole time. So I appreciate you wrote the book. I'm sure everybody who's read it feels the same way about it. And so I'd like to talk to you about what I'm doing, and you're going to be a part of. I'm very happy that you are going to be a part of my October 2nd game protection event, and it's a lot of it is me doing game protection and training and instruction, but we have one really special panel which you are moderating, and it's going to be, for those of you who don't know, it's going to be about, it's a mix of security and surveillance and how the two departments need to work together, especially when there's major events going on in their casino or around the casino. And since this October 2nd event takes place in Las Vegas, we have some special guests on David's panel, which include Douglas Florence, who's based in Las Vegas. He's a many decade. He's been around a long time. He's has a tremendous mind for surveillance and security. We have Chris Petko, who is the one of the heads of corporate surveillance, corporate security for MGM Resorts International. We have Kevin Douglas, who is the surveillance director and VP of surveillance for several Caesars properties in Las Vegas, because this is taking place at the Linq Casino, which is one of Caesars properties. And then Eric Golubiewski, who is the vice president of security for corporate Caesars. And these guys have experience in running the Super Bowl when it was here in Vegas 2 years ago, and the Formula One event, which is a Caesars sponsored event, and that's now going on every year. And so this is, it's all about property protection, people protection. And David, I'm sure you have lots of your own knowledge and experience with policies on protecting people during concerts or whatever goes on at Paula concerts, meetings. So what is your take on this particular roundtable that we're going to have?
Well, this roundtable, whether we're talking about a casino event safety planning or large event planning, just like anything with this industry, has grown so much in terms of complexity and technology that leveraging best practices, leveraging cutting edge tools that we can leverage, whether it's AI, facial rec, license plate readers, or any of the other great technologies available, it's important for us to share this information. I'll tell you what, I will mention because I can't go through this without giving your game protection training a huge shout out. We were fortunate enough to have you here at the Paul Casino recently to provide game protection training to both our regulators as well as the casino operator. And I've got to let everyone know, Richard gets it. And when I say he gets it, it's one, making sure that that course delivery is state of the art. It's not just a lecture or PowerPoint, and this is what you need to know. It's hands-on, actually doing the techniques that you share with us, and they're cutting-edge techniques. It's what's happening in casinos today. And that's what the entire profession is about. How do we strategize to best protect casino assets and ensure the integrity of gaming? And that's what this particular forum will be about in October, is those cutting edge techniques, those things that we need to know today to deal with an ever increasing complexity, both on the social side because of all the nefarious things that happen in society today, but also within our own industry, which has evolved to an extremely complex degree. So, and I wanted to thank you for providing that training, just reminding us that it's about collaboration. And the other, you get it, is that it regulators and operators, outside agencies, whether it's law enforcement, EMS, whoever, don't operate in a vacuum. We all need to work together. We all need to be on the same page in order to ensure that our patrons, our visitors, and employees are safe within the casino environment.
I appreciate that coming from you, David. I was really privileged to be there, and I must say that your regulatory commission people, they really knew a lot about game protection, and they really knew a lot about scams. And I will talk about some of the stuff we actually talked about in the training at Paula. David, what is David's last name? The person who wrote the articles on the player club fraud and all that. I believe his first
David Kerr. He's a former special
David,
agent. He used to work for
yeah.
me in the Department of Justice. So
Yeah,
David Kerr.
David Kerr, and while I was doing the training at your casino, like he got actively involved in it, and that's one item of fraud and scams that a lot of casinos are unaware of, and we are going to definitely touch upon that on October 2nd. That's my goal, is to show people there's a lot of stuff going on there, in frauds and scams that most casinos really they're completely ignorant to it, and they're being trained. One classic example I would give is a lot of people believe to this day that sleight of hand is something that's really integral to casino cheating. And I know from 25 years of cheating casinos professionally, and I know by what's going on today in casinos, because I'm very much in the know about what's going on today. Sleight of hand, has nothing to do with casino cheating. And there's other things. Some trainers are saying that you don't need to worry about card counting anymore, and people don't know that card counting does not happen the way it happened in the movie 21 with the big player and the card counters. So there's all kinds of new stuff, and that's what I want to show with what I consider a very special event, and what really gets it over the top is bringing this roundtable in, because with the people that I mentioned, you and everybody else on that panel, I really believe that this could certainly be in competition to be the biggest star-studded security surveillance panel maybe ever. And the talent and the knowledge base on this panel is, just incredible, and I am really, really looking forward to that. And I just can't wait. And as far as when we talk about major events and disasters that have happened in Las Vegas. Of course, we talk about the October 1st event in 2017. And so when you look back at that now, do you think the panel, the roundtable, will think about or say things, what they've learned from them, from that event, what we could do better as an industry to protect people and property more. What's your take on that?
Yes, whether it's a major incident like Mandalay Bay or incidents that occurred since of lesser import, each one of those incidents is an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to learn not only how did it occur, but what can I do within my property to prevent that type of event from happening here. Every single one. I remember receiving the call from the chairman of Oneida's Gaming Commission, Mark Powlis, just a few years ago, when they had a disgruntled employee that showed up on property and killed two people. And he himself was killed. And all the event that transpired and what are the lessons learned. From tragedy, we hope that we can incorporate lessons learned to save people's lives. And that's what it's all about. So yes, I totally expect that that'll be a topic of conversation. Las Vegas Metro PD did an absolutely awesome debriefing after action of that. And I encourage people, it is a public document. Go out there and grab that, and you'll see some of the recommended changes that are in place on properties today. From as simple as you can't hang a do not disturb on your hotel room and not expect the casino hospitality staff to enter. You can't put the do not disturb for 2 weeks and expect no one's going to enter your room. That's a complete policy shift directly as a result of that incident. And there again, each one of these, it's important for public safety, regulators, and operators to work together to approve. So each tragedy, as awful as it is, we look at as an opportunity to improve moving forward, to be safer moving forward.
David, I understand as well that you're going to be speaking at G2E. Now, of course, my little gig here is called the GPE. Now, you don't think I got the idea? Like my original slogan was if you like the G2E, you're going to love the GPE. And that was great until I got a call from the lawyer representing G2E who told me I couldn't use their slogan, their G2E in his slogan. So I had to come up with another slogan. But anyway, so you're speaking at G2E. Would you like to give us a little heads up on what you're going to be talking about?
Yeah, the particular panel that I'm on is Class 2 gaming and tribal self-regulation. As you know, Class 2 is the exclusive purview of tribes to regulate. So it's highly attractive from the standpoint of exercising tribal sovereignty to its maximum, to ensure that everything related to the construct of Class 2 gaming remains within the tribe's purview and the Tribal Gaming Regulatory Agency, though. So that's the panel that I was invited to participate on by IGA conference chair Victor Rocha. So yeah, I look forward to it. And I look forward to G2E, but I tell you, I also look forward to GPE because, as you mentioned, I was fortunate enough to be at your conference in Oklahoma. And my feedback to staff when I came back, After 36 years in law enforcement and 15 years in gaming regulation, don't add those numbers up because that'll give away my age and then some. I've been to gazillion conferences and training forums. And I told my folks when I came back here, is that one in Oklahoma was one where at every single presentation, your roster of experts was so incredible that I learned something at every single presentation. And I can't say that about every conference. A lot of the materials repeat, a lot of the material, I've heard that over and over again. But you're very good at engaging with the true subject matter experts, present company accepted, of course, to actually present the material that likely your attendees have not heard and would benefit from. So compliments to you on that.
Appreciate that, David. And here publicly, I'm going to put you right on the spot. I'm going to say, Mr. David Vialpando, there's no one I would rather have keynote the next 2027 conference again. I'm not going to ask you to say I'll do it, but will you at least consider coming back to keynote the 2027 edition of the American Table Games and Surveillance Conference, which will be called, I'm going back to the older name, well, almost to say it used to be the Global Table Games and Game Protection Conference, but that was too much of a tongue twister. So we're going to go back to Global Table Games and Surveillance Conference. So instead of the ATGS, it will be the GTGS. So I just would like you to consider coming back and keynoting that speech again, because I got nothing but great feedback from your keynote presentation there. And Ingrid and I are looking forward to that event. And I am looking forward to seeing you again very shortly at the GPE. And again, I'm at the end of my career in this business, and unfortunately, I didn't know you for the first 50 years or so hanging around casinos, but I got to meet you, which was great. And that's about all I can say, because it comes from here. So thank you. Thanks again for doing the interview with me, and we will see you in October.
Awesome. Looking forward to it, Richard. Thank you very much.